welcome to Dawn the Reclusive Crafter to another stash busting Saturday. Today is going to be a little bit of a combination because I found something that I absolutely love and I wanted to share it with you, and I'm going to be using this. So my next project is a journal which I'm going to be putting together, and surprise surprise, I am going to be using another one of Scrimping Mummy's designs, and this is part of it. I've already split it out into 2 signatures, which I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be adding pages to these probably, but I'm not 100% sure exactly how it's all going to plan out at the moment. So I just wanted to share these with you. This is just a plain double-sided lined paper, and I don't know if you can see, but there are little snowflakes in there which are absolutely lovely. And what I've done is I've backed all of these just with a blue kind of mottled plain design, so that I can utilize the other sides for journaling as well on all of the pages. So that was the first one. This page is just the most beautiful design. It's beautiful blues. The owl is absolutely lovely. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I actually fell in love with the owl. I think that's absolutely lovely, and the designs themselves and the blue that's used in this is just beautiful as well. So I'm really keen to use this little set. And this is another one with similar designs. It's all on the same sort of theme, so it'll work all the way through. And like I say, I've backed all of the pages with this baby blue mottled kind of backing, which will be absolutely beautiful. And then we've got journaling pages as well. There's a little squirrel there, which is just adorable. And we've got a little I want to say a blue tit, but I don't think that is a blue tit, and I'm not quite sure which bird that is, if I'm completely honest, but it is lovely. And the other thing as well is this was Amanda's January collection, but I'm actually going to be using it for a Christmas journal because I thought the blues lend itself to winter. Christmas is in winter, Christmas is coming up, and this is just lovely. So I am going to make use of this for the Christmas journal. There's backing pages as well, which are lovely too, to be able to use for journaling pages as well. And then this is the second part of it. Well, I say the second part of it. This will be my second signature, and this is just journaling pages, which is backed. And then we've got another one of those. And then we've got the deer, which is just lovely as well. Absolutely love that design. Very, very pretty. And then we've got 2 beautiful deers on here. Absolutely lovely for journal pages. And then we've got the little winter hare. And another one of the deers. And then we've got another lovely backing paper here. The backing papers are just beautiful. But rather than backing papers, I am actually just going to be using these as journal pages. And there's this one as well. And then in addition, that's the whole set. But in addition to the set, what I've also done is I've also printed off a number of the designs on cardstock, and I'm going to be making journal cards, because although there are journal cards in the kit, I'm going to be making journal cards out of these, as well as the ones that are provided, and pockets and things with them as well. So I've printed out duplicates on cardstock. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word then. On cardstock, so that I can make these into whatever I want to make them into. Basically, it just gives me a little bit extra playing room to be able to do what I want with them. But I think you'll agree the design is just lovely, and the little bits and pieces that you get with it. Let me just dig these out because I didn't think to do that. I have actually started preparing some bits and pieces already, and we've got there's tags that come with the kit. There are journal cards that come with the kit. I mean, how lovely are they? They are just so beautiful. Absolutely love them. And then there are a few other little bits and pieces as well. I should have shown you it all really before I cut it all out, but you'll get to see it anyway when all the journal is done. There are also little tabs that Amanda has provided as well. There's another little tab there, so there's 4 little tabs that she provides. And what else did we have? There are also some other tags, so there's those ones as well, which are beautiful. And there was some little there's a few little words, and there are also some little button punches as well. Well, I call them button punches. They're circular punches. There's the background one. I have actually distressed these already with a little bit of blue edging. I've decided I'm not going to be using coffee dye or anything like that, or vintage tea or whatever. I'm actually going to be using the blue surrounds on everything that I do for this journal, because I think it just lends itself beautifully to it. So that's the main part of the journal. But then in line with stash busting, I've pulled out some bits and pieces that I want to use as well. I've got this Hessian, which has got gold. I don't know if you can see that, if the light's picking it up, but that's got a gold fleck through it. I want to try and make use of some of this. I did have an idea for it originally, but I've changed my idea, so I'm still going to try and incorporate this, but how I'm going to do that I'm not too sure at the moment. So I want to be using those out of my stash. I also had this piece of card which was in my stash, and it's a very similar blue to the journal pages, and I thought I'd try and do something with that as well. This was an envelope template, which again is one of Scrimping Mummy's. It's a similar blue, but it's not quite the same, so I'm not sure at the moment if I'm going to be using that for anything. I'm in two minds, because the blue, I thought the blue would go, but it's actually quite a different blue. But once it's all put together and done, it might look okay, who knows. So I'm going to hold on to that for the time being. And then I've got acetate, which I love to use in all sorts of things like pockets. I've got loads of glitter card in my stash, which I'm going to be utilising somehow. And then I've got some dark blue card there in my stash. I've got different colours of the glitter cards. And I thought for a Christmas journal, I thought I could make use of these somehow. So I dug these out of my stash. That one might be a little bit too garish perhaps, but I don't know. We'll see how we go with that one. And then these, sorry if they're blinding you, but there's all sorts of things. And then the next thing I'm about to show you is actually the idea, or an idea that I've got for the front cover, which I've already started working on. And this was another few of the little circular punches that are available in the kit, and I have already cut out the owl to go on the front, because I think he's just absolutely beautiful. And my idea was, and I have used 3 of the glitter designs for this, I did have a folder that I had already put together, which I did in a video tutorial. So I want to make use of that, because that's been sat in my stash for a little while as well. And then these, my idea is to layer them up on the front like so, and that one will go on there like so, and then beautiful owlie will go on here. So that will kind of be the base for the front of the journal, which I just think is stunning. I absolutely love it. And then these, I did have an idea for these, and now I might change my mind, because I was gonna back them with the glitter, and I was gonna put them these I'd already done, but I'm still going to back these with glitter. So I'm going to cut those down and back them with glitter, because I just think they look nice on the glitter card. And I was going to lay them like that, but I have seen a different idea, so I might change my mind on that. So I'm not 100% sure on that at the moment, so we're going to come back to that. So today is going to be all around ideas and things and what to do in this particular journal. So I hope you stay with me to have a look and see how it all progresses. And we'll take it from there. So if you've got any questions, or if you've got any ideas about any of the stash that I'd like to use as to how I can use it, feel free to make comments, because this is going to certainly take more than one video to do. And I'm just going to pop those out over there out of my way. I just want to pop some, what did I do with, there it is. I just want to keep these in the signatures that I've decided to do them in. So that's those. And then these are the back, oh sorry, these are the card stocks that I have decided to use for, those are all the card stocks that I've decided to use for pockets and things. And where did I put the other one? There it is. And then this will be my second signature. I'm not sure how many pages I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's 7, 5, maybe not. I thought it was 7 in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there's another one crept in there somehow. That's 8. I wonder if I've mixed up a piece of the cardstock with it. Who knows? Possibly. No, there's 7 there definitely. Although there was 8, wasn't there? So there was 8 there. Maybe I've taken one out of here. Let me check. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, there was 8 in each. My mistake. I felt sure I only did 7 in each. I don't want to make them huge. I really don't want a gator mouth journal. So those are the 2 signatures, or the main parts of the 2 signatures. I may add another couple of pages to them at the moment, but I'm not 100% sure exactly what I want to use. So I'm not going to put the signatures together just yet. I'm going to hold off on that. What I want to concentrate on is putting a little bit of ephemera together ready. Although, as I say, there is ephemera provided in the kit by Amanda. So you've got tags there. There are 4 journal cards in the kit. So there's the squirrel, the deer, the stag and the owl. So you've got those. You've also got 4 of the little whale tags. So there's those. Then there's 4 of the round circular punch ones, or the button ones. Let me just move this out of the way so that it doesn't get ruined. So this is going to be my main folder. And then in here, this was the other piece of this, which I'm probably, oh, come here. I'm probably going to be using this as the back. But again, that's not definite yet. And obviously I will need to cut it down a bit to go in line with this one. And I have pulled out some things. Some of these bits and pieces I've pulled out, not 100% sure that I'm going to use, but we shall see. When it all starts coming together, I will have more of an idea. So I had this in my stash. This was from the Ladies Diary, one of Amanda's kits, and I just made this out of some scraps that I had left over. This was a little acetate print that I did, which went a bit wrong, so I've cut out a bit of it. And I've made a little pocket out of it. Again, because of the blue in this, it does lend itself, let me show you, it does sort of lend itself to the kit a little bit, I guess. But if I find one of the, there we go, here, if you have a look at this page here, for instance, that actually works a lot better. So I might use that, I might not. That's just one of the things that I pulled out of my stash to have a look to see if I can use. I also had these, and again, they've got beautiful blues in, which I think might work. And I'm blowed if I can remember where these are from. So yeah, this is another apology to whoever's design this is. I am really sorry. I promise I will start making notes of where these things come from, but until I've worked through the stash that I've got, these have been sat in my stash forever and a day, so who knows where they've actually come from. But they are beautiful and I absolutely love them. I might use it in the journal. So I've got 2 of those, which, like I say, the blues really lend itself to the blue in the journal, which is why I'm thinking maybe I can make use of them in the journal. And there are 2 of them, so that works with the fact that I'm going to be having 2 signatures in here as well. So I've got those that I want to try and make use of if I can. I've already cut out some little disc shape out of hologram paper. I've also got some blue metallic there. Again, all of these things, I've no idea if I'm going to use it all, but I've just pulled it out to try and see what I can do with it. Now these little things, I love these. I've got some die cuts that I picked up. Somebody was selling a whole stash of stuff, and there were a good 30 or maybe even more die cuts in them, and this was 2 of them. I've never used them. I've had them for absolutely ages. I've never used them, and I thought to myself, I'm going to start using them, but how can I use them? So what I've done is I've printed a couple of, or I've cut a couple of them out, and I've backed them with a little bit of acetate, and I'm going to stick those down as pockets. Now, whether they'll be side pockets or whether they'll be top pockets, I haven't decided yet, but whatever which way, they're going to be pockets, and I think they will work with the journal. If I show you, I know that's a green, but because they're mostly white, they look quite nice on there, and with a tag or something behind them. If I put a little bunny in there, for instance, I mean, I'm going to use a bigger tag than that, but this will give you an idea. It'll just pull it all together, I think. So I think they will work really nicely. So I want to make use of those. So I've got a couple of those to use. And then if you've seen my pocket video that I did on these are just superb. I hadn't planned this, but these go with it absolutely brilliantly. So I'm going to use 1 each of those in each of the signatures, and I've got the snowflakes on there which go really nicely. I've got the little snowflake on the bow, and I've got a little can you see him, a little snowman on that one. So they're going to work beautifully, and both of those have got double pockets on, so I can utilize those for large tags or journal cards or whatever. So they're going to be lovely, so I'm going to use those. I did print out, I'll cut out another one of these. Not sure if that will get used because I've already got 2 and I've only got 2 signatures. I don't want to duplicate things up too much. And then there's another couple of the button punches which are provided in the kit. And then I've done these again, all of this, not sure what I'm going to use and what I'm not going to use at the moment, but this is just stuff I've dug out that I think possibly I might be able to use. That I've pulled out purely because it's got the blue in it, and I love the little boy. I think he's really cute. That might go again on one of these type of pages. That might pull together nicely in one of those pages. I'm just talking you through my thought processes at the moment more than anything. The same with this one and this one and this one. They've all got the blue in, and like I say, they may just pull through nicely into these type of pages where you've got the blues and the buffs together. So yeah, they might work. So we'll see how they go. I have got some whack and stack. What are they? The tags. I've got some whack and stack tags that I again might use. These need finishing off, so they're going to need designs put in on them. They're going to need their main focal points doing, but again, that might be something I can make use of. A couple of weeks ago, I say a couple of weeks, it wasn't a couple of weeks at all, it was absolutely ages ago, I bought a die cut with the film reel. Never used it. I absolutely love them, but I've never actually used it, ironically. So I didn't print them. I cut some of these out a few weeks ago now with the intention of using them. And again, they've ended up in my stash. If I don't pull them out and make use of them, they'll never get used. So I'm going to try and utilise some of these somehow in something, who knows. We'll make something work there. And then these I've had in my stash, I think since last Christmas, to be honest with you. I printed these out, but they're virtually the same colours as Amanda's kit, so I'm definitely going to make use of those, but I just need to put some focal bits on them. And what else have we got? I've got a little, I'm not sure I'm going to use that. It's got tulips on. It's not really in keeping with Christmas, but it was just the right colour. I could always put a Christmas design on there of some description, I don't know. I've got a little prescription bag, which I thought I might do a tuck pocket, something like that. So I'll use maybe some of the scrap card that I've got to do a little pocket there with. I've kept these little bits that I've cut off just because I can, because I might be able to make use of those doing something. And then I've also got some little bitty wordings that are provided in the kits. There's moments in time and memory keeping, and there is also, I don't think this wasn't part of the kit, there's also capture the memory, which was part of the kit. There's journal, which is part of the kit. Is that anything on there? Yes, there is. You do get a few little words and bits. Memories and precious memories. And then in my stash, I came across White Christmas, and my plan with that is, or was, not sure yet, to mount that on a little bit of the cardstock, the glittery cardstock, and that I want to go on to the front of the journal. So that's pretty much as far as I've got with this one at the moment. That's my ideas. I just need now to pull it all together, and I want to find a few more bits and pieces to go with my stash, and see what else we can come up with. So when I get on to the next bit, and I've got a little bit more to show you, I'll come back and show you how we're getting on. So thank you very much for your time today again, guys. I look forward to seeing you all again. If you like my channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. That would be great. If you've got any ideas at all as to what I can do with all of this, I'd love to hear them, because I do like to listen to what other people's ideas are, and I do get lots of ideas from other people as well as from bits and pieces I do myself. So take care, and I'll see you in the week. Bye.